Heroes' latest reboot attempt may come at the worst possible time, but in a strange way, that only makes Heroes, Eclipsed even more tantalizing. Heroes premiered with a bang in 2006, and for a brief time, Tim Kring's superhero universe was among the biggest things on TV. The Kringdom rapidly collapsed as the disappointing Heroes Season 2 suffered one of the worst sophomore slumps in TV history. Seasons 3 and 4 nobly attempted to course-correct, but the damage had been done, and Heroes was cancelled unceremoniously in 2010. Rather than turning the franchise's fortunes around, 2015's short-lived Heroes Reborn appeared to confirm that the world had moved on. Unless it didn't. According to a new report, a fresh attempt at bringing back Heroes is underway, with original creator Tim Kring on board once again. Titled Heroes, Eclipsed, the new story will take place within the same continuity as previous releases, but several years down the line. The report also states that Heroes, Eclipsed will, just like Reborn, blend new characters with familiar faces. Does the world need heroes in 2024, is the first question that comes to mind, and while the timing may look nonsensical at a glance, bringing Heroes back now may just be a stroke of genius. Heroes is returning to a superhero genre more saturated than ever before. Between movies and TV, the superhero genre has little room to spare. The superhero fatigue conversation has picked up momentum since Avengers: Endgame in 2019 without any real consensus being reached. What can be said with a degree of certainty is that the conversation's very existence highlights an overabundance of superhero content on the market. Between the Marvel Cinematic Universe and DC's various attempts to emulate it, the superhero genre is unquestionably more saturated than it ever has been, as both of the industry's comic book powerhouses pump out conveyor belts of material for both the big and small screens. For Heroes, Eclipsed, the problem is not just the amount of superhero content available, but the breadth too. Beyond Marvel and DC, The Boys and its spin-offs offer a more realistic, satirical outlet for caped vigilantes. Invincible takes the R-rated animation route, One Punch Man is an outright parody, and The Umbrella Academy is superheroes for 30-somethings whose bangs used to obstruct their vision. Exactly where Heroes fits into that equation is the million-dollar question Tim Kring needs to answer. Not only is it unclear whether Heroes, Eclipsed can scratch an itch that isn't already being satisfied by at least 3 other franchises, it's difficult to have any real confidence that a TV show that was outstanding for only a single season can survive in such a crowded genre. So many great superhero TV shows and movies are flooding feeds and subscriptions in the 2020s, but only the truly excellent ones are thriving. And Heroes hasn't been that since 2007. Heroes tapered off drastically between seasons 2 and 4, then failed to reverse its fortunes with Heroes Reborn, and that was back when the superhero genre was both markedly less competitive and nowhere near as diversified. At a glance, there is nothing to suggest that Heroes, Eclipsed will fare any better, but plenty of reasons to think history will repeat itself. Taking more than a glance, however, a shimmer of optimism emerges. Heroes was a secret predecessor to the modern superhero genre. Heroes' influence can be felt in the MCU and elsewhere. A battered and bruised Claire in Heroes. Thanks to a legacy sullied by latter-season mediocrity, it is all too easy to overlook how massively groundbreaking, and massively influential, Heroes Season 1 remains for the present-day superhero landscape. Premiering in 2006, Heroes arrived off the back of Fox's X-Men trilogy and Fantastic Four, Sam Raimi's Spider-Man 1 and 2, and the damp squib that was Superman Returns. While Christopher Nolan had started attempting something different with Batman Begins, the go-to tone for mid-2000 superhero movies was still relatively cartoonish in nature.